every 20 minutes. It's your statewide Alabama Weathercast.
Hi, meteorologist James McCombs with the Alabama Weather Network and have your afternoon Alabama forecast. So looking across the state, got some scattered thunderstorms across especially the southern, southeastern, and parts of the eastern part of the state. Up towards the northwest and a good portion of the Tennessee Valley, not seeing a whole lot outside of sunshine and clouds. But again, some heavier thunderstorms, especially south of Montgomery heading towards Dothan, and some also in the southwestern corner of the state heading towards Mobile as well. Taking a closer look at kind of a radar tour here. So again, got a heavier cell up there northwest of Talladega. Got some that have been moving into the southern part of Coosa County into northern Elmore County, between Eclectic and Wetumpka. Some pretty heavy downpours with this. Seeing evidence of maybe some downbursts again with some of these storms again today. Not looking as strong as what we've seen over the last couple of days, I would say, so far at least, but still plenty of heavy rain and lightning. So you can see down towards Brundage here in Pike County, moving east of Troy. Really heavy cell there, moving further to the east. And then some other showers and thunderstorms that have now moved south of Montgomery, although it looks like they've just issued a flood advisory there south of Montgomery. So again, like we've been talking about the last several days, these are efficient rain producing storms and can certainly cause at least some temporary flooding in some areas. Looking further to the south, a little bit more just kind of shower activity in Geneva County. As we go further to the west, got a few heavier showers there along US 29, southwest of Andalusia. And as we go further to the west, some heavier storms that are starting to move into kind of the northern part of Mobile County near Centronel, and then a few other scattered showers up to the north and east of there. And as we get further to the coast, not as much happening down in southern Baldwin and southern Mobile counties at this point. Got a little cell right over Foley, but immediately along the coast, along the beaches, nothing really at this point. Taking a look at our sky cams, taking a tour around the state here up towards the northwestern part of the state, Cherokee, looking nice. Again, this is in the area where we don't really have any thunderstorms or any sort of rain to speak of right now, just blue skies and warm out there. Montgomery, this is where there has been some showers and thunderstorms, and was raining not too long ago. Last time I looked at the camera, it looks like it started to kind of move off in the distance now, but temperatures have cooled down with that storm nearby down to 77 degrees. Still plenty of humidity in the air though, however. And as we move on from that to Abbeville, we're right in the middle of some rain here in Abbeville, temperature at 74 degrees. You can see the rain there falling and some low clouds and maybe a little bit of fog there after the rain has fallen with that thunderstorm. And then looking at the kind of north-facing cam from Dauphin Island, seeing some thunderstorms off in the distance there, some low clouds, but you can definitely see some of these high cloud tops up here, thunderstorms that are off in the distance across the bay. So what we're watching for the rest of today and this weekend and next week, scattered afternoon thunderstorms again today as we're seeing currently happening right now. Same thing going to be happening as we get into the weekend. A little bit more widespread, more towards the northern part of the state as we get into tomorrow as this front approaches. But with that front, it's going to bring dry air that will be mainly getting here starting on Monday. And then we'll have cooler nights for a good portion of next week with this drier air mass in place. So again, really nice. Anytime you get into late August and you can see sort of an air mass like this, we'll take it for sure. But temperatures right now, we're still pretty warm in many spots. It's 92 degrees in Birmingham. It's 93 in Tuscaloosa. Where there hasn't been rain yet, you're having the capability to get into the upper 80s, low 90s. Where there has been some rain, it's not as hot. 81 degrees in Alexander City, 77 in Troy, 75 in Geneva. And as far as the heat index, a few places still feeling like triple digits. Selma, 106, feels like 100 in Birmingham. So it definitely is hot in some spots, even though a number of places have had a cool down here recently. Futurecast, again, scattered showers and thunderstorms ongoing now. Will dissipate maybe a little bit quicker, it looks like, according to the model at least, in this evening compared to maybe what we've seen in some of the prior last couple of evenings. So we'll hope for that, especially obviously for high school football games ongoing. And then as we look into tomorrow afternoon, again, a little bit better chance of some scattered, still not a whole lot. There will still be plenty of places that stay dry in the northern part of the state and other parts of the state. But again, you see a little bit more coverage towards the southeast as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Then for Sunday, you start to see that front coming in. So there you can see that push from the northwest, this little linear area of showers and storms along the front. Looks like not a whole lot of coverage with this, and then dry air starting to filter in behind that. Now, here's another way of kind of looking at what's happening with the upper levels with this dry air masses. So at the beginning of that, you saw the jet stream way up to the north, which is more typical for this time of year. And then as you move through time here, you can see this dip, this trough here is basically going to be in place starting early next week all the way through the end of the week, which is going to just kind of reinforce that cooler air mass and keep our temperatures below normal for sure as well. So we're watching the tropics as we usually are this time of year. Hurricane Erin has has started to weaken, 90 miles per hour as far as the sustained winds, but really starting to kind of shoot off to the northeast now with movement of east-northeast at 28 miles per hour. So moving away from the U.S., still near the Canadian Maritimes, but beginning to, looks like it's starting to make that transition towards a non-tropical storm here pretty soon. The rest of the tropics still got a few places to watch. We've got the red area here, the 90% chance of development with this wave right here. But anything that happens with that, as you can see here with the shape of that, it's going to curve off before it gets too close to land, and won't get as close as Hurricane Aaron for sure, and not expected to be anything as strong as Aaron either. And as we look at this 40% medium chance down towards the south, this is so far to the south that even if it does eventually develop, it's more likely to end up somewhere in Central America. So again, for the next 7 to 10 days, we're not expecting any sort of issues in the Gulf or anything that would affect us here in Alabama. As far as your 7-day forecast, again, we're going to be warm again today. A little bit better chance of showers and thunderstorms in the northern part of the state for tomorrow, but then take a look at those temperatures early next week. Again, highs in the low 80s, lows down into the low 60s, potentially upper 50s. And some of those cooler spots we're expecting will be getting in the 50s, maybe a couple of mornings next week, which will be pretty nice to see. And then as we get into South Alabama, again, possibly getting into the 90s, but mostly upper 80s there with pretty high rain chances around. It's going to be hard to get as warm with all the showers and thunderstorms the next couple of days. And then Monday might actually be a little bit warmer before the front gets there, but once the front passes, we'll be upper 80s for highs and then lows down into the 60s, and looking pretty good there across the whole state next week. Well, that is your Alabama forecast. We'll have more coming up on the Alabama Weather Network.